Hi everyone, and welcome back as I take a look at Time Squad, the fourth episode of Season 1 of Blake 7. So, Blake has a ship under his command. He has a crew: Jenna, Avon, Gan, and Villa. He now decides it's time to fight back against the Federation, and he selects a target on Saurian Major. It is a communications centre used by the Federation. Signals are sent in to Saurian Major Communications Centre and relayed further out into deep space, obviously Federation occupied territory. So they set course for Saurian Major. Now, some hours later, Jenna detects something adrift, and they bring it up on the viewing screen. It is a capsule, by the looks of it, a very small ship. So they decide to teleport across. That is Blake and Jenna. They go across to inspect the capsule and find out anything about it. They discover there's a fault on board, and also there are 3 occupants in cryogenic freeze. One of them is now technically dead. The other 2 are still alive, and they are running out of air. They ask Avon to teleport them back. Avon says the teleporter is out of order and the repair circuits are running, so they're left with no option but to try to bring the capsule on board manually, which they do. Avon manages to get the vessel docked, and Blake and Jenna just get out in time before all their air runs out. So Avon inspects the ship. He deduces it's a one-way voyage, deduces it's been in space for could be hundreds of years, and he gets the process of thawing out their guests underway. So while that is going on, the Liberator is heading towards Saurian Major, and when it arrives, Blake requests Avon to join him. Sorry about that, folks. And Villa joins him, and the 3 of them teleport down to Saurian Major, where they have a look around, trying to find any resistance in the area. Meanwhile, back on board the Liberator, Gan is talking to Jenna, and we get a little bit of a backstory of Gan. He was found guilty of murder because he killed a security officer who in turn killed his, in his words, his woman. And he's grieved with guilt, you could tell. Anyway, Jenna goes down to the hold to inspect the capsule and their guests. She discovers that one of them is up and about. She has a bit of a run-in with him and manages to lock him in to the hold. Meanwhile, down on the surface, Blake has a run-in himself with a mysterious woman, a freedom fighter, and she is called Callie. She is the last survivor of the resistance against the Federation, as everyone else was killed but her, because she is not a resident of the planet. Back on the Liberator, Jenna goes back in to have another look around, and she has another run-in with their guests and takes out one of them after discovering some tampering. Jenna discovers a power cable connected to the Liberator from the capsule and finds Gan, who went down to have a look at their guests after Jenna's first attack, and he was jumped by their guests and an implant put into him. Meanwhile, Callie leads Blake, Avon and Villa into the Federation complex. She gets them in all the way just before the alarms go off, and they get to work in destroying the communications. Meanwhile, Jenna has another fight with one of their guests. Another one has woken up, and with Gan's help, she manages to overpower the guest, and they assume it's all over with the two guests now eliminated. Meanwhile, back down on Saurian Major, Avon is getting to work with the destruction of the communications computer, relay station, call it what you like, and the Federation outside are trying to blast their way in. Back on the Liberator, Gan has been given information from Zen about the black box, and unfortunately there is another one of their guests aboard, and they are called Guardians, and everybody is regarded as a threat to them. So they've got another problem. Meanwhile, just in time, as Jenna goes looking for this last guest of theirs, Guardian, Gan manages to get Callie, Avon, Villa and Blake back on board the Liberator just in time before the whole complex goes up in smoke. Of course, Blake is bemused. What's going on here? There's a body here on the deck. What's going on? He goes to find Jenna, and he just about rescues Jenna just in time before she is attacked by the fourth Guardian. It appears the black box recording that they were Guardians programmed to protect the brood units, which could create a human being in a pretty short span of time. Blake says, dump the vessel into space, get rid of it, much to Jenna's annoyance after what she went through. Blake also offers Callie a chance to become a member of the crew, and she accepts the offer. So Callie has now joined the crew. And as far as Blake is concerned, he's got the numbers he needs, and he counts Zen as one of the crew, much to the annoyance of Avon, who regards it as a piece of rubbish that needs to be overhauled, because that's Avon for you. Moody, grumpy, never happy, Avon. And so that's where the episode ends, basically. Yep, it's a better episode than the last one. So let's move on to my closing thoughts. Well, my closing thoughts are this. Yes, it is definitely a better episode. We got the backstory of Gan in this one, and we got a bit of information on the new member of Blake's team, you could say, and that is of Callie. We know she is an alien. She was not a Saurian Major resident. She comes from elsewhere. And we know that she's telepathic. She can talk to people via her mind, but she can't read their minds. You know, in a action it is carried out without her jumping, you could say, jumping her mind. Yeah, so anyway, we got the 4 crucial episodes out the way with. And on that note, have a great day, everyone. Catch you in due course. Goodbye.